everybody! It's the new Van Show Studio Tour! We're looking inside authors and illustrators' studio and find out what inspires them. Today I'm talking to my friend, Cathy Camper. Say hi, Cathy!
Hey, it's fun to be here.
Yeah, welcome. We're so excited to have you. Are you in your studio right now? Is this where you do your work?
Well, yeah, I wanted to talk about it a little because I know you're visiting a lot of authors and artists, but I don't really have a studio. I have to work where I live, and I thought a lot of kids would probably understand that. And I wanted to say that the space where you live, you can make a creative space anywhere. So even though I live in an apartment and don't have a big house, I love to make things and do things, not just write. And that's all over my apartment. And so it's not so much the space, it's how you use it.
Wow, so I know that you do a lot of writing, and you've got a couple books out.
Yeah.
Now, you said that there's some other art stuff you do as well. What kind of other art do you like to do?
Oh, well, I do something that probably a lot of people have never seen before. It's called seed art, and it's mosaic of seeds. This is a giant caterpillar. Let's see, is that showing up?
Oh, wow. Yeah, I can totally see that.
Yeah, and so those I had to cut out with a saw, and then I cover. They're all seeds that are glued in it. Here's one. You know the singer Prince?
Yeah.
Um, I did one of Prince. So here's one of Prince. Can you see him?
Oh my goodness, and that's all seeds?
Yes, yes. I also had mentioned to you that I had a cool project that I thought kids might like to do, and it's all based on the Lowriders in Space books. And in the Lowriders, our characters, Flapjack and Illyrio and Lupe, they run a garage and they fix cars. So I was thinking when we were all stuck at home, could you make a car? And then I thought, well, I don't have any wheels or metal. But then I thought, what if you made a car out of cardboard?
How
So I
cool.
made a lowrider here. If you start with a piece of cardboard, let's see, here I have it like just a square piece of cardboard like this, or a rectangle. And then I thought, well, what happens if you got to make a car shape? So I kind of bent it around, and you can see how this is starting to be a car shape. It's a tube.
Yeah.
So that you've got that tube, and then you got to think, well, what else is on a car? And you might want 4 wheels, and so you could cut out circles for the wheels, and then you have to figure out the part that you're in, make a roof there. And are you going to cover this part out? This looks like, oh, she probably just did that in 10 minutes, but it spent about an hour doing it. And the thing I wanted to say is sometimes it didn't work, and the wheels were falling off, and I had to do 2 roofs to make the roof right. So that's part of invention. And the idea is to come out with something at the end that is what you wanted, but it'll be different than you thought. Another thing I was doing was you can always draw cars, and I'm not a good drawer. Raul is the artist for the Lowriders books, but I looked in one of my car books, and I started drawing. You can just see it's just a pencil drawing, and it came out kind of too long and kind of weird looking, but I kind of like that. So the next stage would be to go over the pencil lines with an ink pen, like a black ink pen, and then I could color it in, like use paint or crayons or something like that. But that's another way you can invent cars. And another thing that's fun is when you draw a car like this, you can also make labels and point to the tires, like you could write 100 miles an hour,
Yeah.
or the names of the parts if you want to make up a name for your car. So there's lots of things you can do at home that are inventive and fun. I really like doing that in my apartment.
Yeah, well, and I love that you're fearless with your art. You want to do something with art, you do it.
Like I sometimes even see videos of artists with these big studios, and I'm like, wow, what could I make if I had my own seed art studio? But the reality is, it's what you do. It's what you produce. And there's lots of people that have lots of stuff and space, but they don't do very much with it. So that's where I say if you're a kid listening to this, it's your own initiative and abilities to do it and have fun doing it. One of the things that's cool, that when you're an author, you get people do fan art. So this is a picture of a lirio that a friend Vincent drew.
How cool.
This is a lirio the mosquito. And so I like to have, if kids or friends draw me fan art of my characters, and I put it near my writing desk where I can see it, because it makes me aware that other people love the characters too.
That's so fantastic. How
Yeah.
exciting to see your creation through like the eyes of
Yeah,
somebody
and
else.
let's see, here's another one. Let's see if I can get this down. There. Oh, this my friend Selena drew. This is Lupe.
Yeah.
Lupe's head. Yeah. And, sometimes when I'm tabling at a comics book festival, people came up and give me this artwork, and I'm like, oh, that makes me so happy. So, that's another thing you can do with artwork is share your artwork, share it with other people. And I think that both with writing and drawing, that's one of the fun things about doing it. It's kind of communication.
That's so fantastic and great advice. Thank you so much for sharing all this with us, Cathy.
Yeah,
We're really
it's
happy to
my
have you.
pleasure.
Well, we're about done with the interview. The last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna just both say goodbye together. So I'll count to 3 and we'll say goodbye.
Okay. Bye.
Goodbye.